up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to hit you with another quick video. Topic of today's video is going to be 3 things I wish I had known. But no, I don't want to say it like that. 3 things you should know before starting Locs. I don't want to say 3 things I wish I had known, because that implies if I had known I wouldn't have done it. And I mean, I still would have done it regardless. But yeah, just 3 things that you should be aware of. Sorry, y'all. Had to cut somebody off. I'm that dude. But yeah, when you decide to start a Loc journey, there's just a few things that you may want to take into consideration. Not, to deter you, but just 3 things that you might want to be aware of. Number 1, everybody's Locs aren't the same. A lot of different types of Locs, a lot of different hair textures. Hair texture is big. It's really big, because I think the finer your hair, the longer it takes for it to lock. And I can't really determine like how they're gonna look. I should probably do that. I should probably try to look up people with like 3B and 3C type hair and see what their finished Locs look like. I know for me, initially, that mine are a lot frizzier than someone with like I guess a tighter coil pattern or whatever, or a thicker strand of hair. I have really thin hair, like strand wise. Like my hair is fine, I got a bunch of it, but each individual strand is thin. So I think that plays a factor. But cause like I got my Locs done, the twists, the same time as my niece, who's 6. And her hair is shorter than mine, but her hair is so dope, man. Like her Locs are all perfectly locked for the most part, and they just look so good. Like even when they're frizzy, she came over the other day for my wife to do a retwist, and like even when she's got a little bit of frizz, they still look dope, man. They still look so good. I tell her all the time, I'm like, I want your Locs, because they look so good, man. They look so good. I do remember watching a video, and the person mentioned that when you color your hair, sometimes it can affect your hair's ability to lock. Because I think when you color your hair, it makes it less coily, and you actually want your coils, you want your hair to be coily in order for it to lock. It locks a lot faster and a lot better when it's coily. So when you color your hair, it actually makes it a little bit straighter, I think strand-wise, or it loosens the coil pattern. So it just, not that it's not gonna lock, it just takes longer. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's one thing that I wasn't really, I'm not gonna say I wasn't aware of it, but I hadn't really thought about that. Nonetheless, I'm still happy with where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I enjoy it regardless. And I think it's a little bit different for me because of the fact that I started with length. Like I had already been growing my hair for 3 years, so to get them twists, it's like I'm naturally gonna have a little bit of length. They're not where they're gonna eventually be and where I'd like for them to be, which is down my back. It's gonna be dope. But for right now, I mean, I'm happy. I got some swing action. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's number 1. Not everybody's Locs are the same. Number 2, takes a long time. It is what it is. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to embrace the journey. Like, you really, really do. I think there's a lot of different shortcuts that you could take. I don't want to call them shortcuts, because that sounds like I'm being petty or messy, but there are things that you can do to assist in the locking process. Crochet needles come to mind. And it's not that it makes it faster necessarily. I mean, it kind of does, but it's not a shortcut. It's just helping the hair along. So it's just giving it some assistance. So I don't, like I said, I don't want to sound like a hater, because I know a lot of people do use the crochet needles. A lot of people swear by them, and I may eventually use them. I do have some issues with some of my roots not locking at all, and I'm good with it because of the frizz and stuff. Like it doesn't really matter to me as long as I have separation between each individual strand or each individual grouping, bunch, lock, whatever you want to call it. I'm good. Now I don't want it to be where, I don't know if you've ever seen where some people, it's kind of like a fro up here, and then like midway down they become the lock. And I think that's just where a lot of them join together, because your hair does want to join together. I'll have to go in a lot of times and just like pull them apart, make sure they stay separated. So as long as I have the separation, I'm good. Like it doesn't bother me, and that's kind of all I really care about. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But like I said, you have to embrace the idea that it's going to take a really, really long time. And I'm eating dark chocolate almonds, so sorry if that's not a good look. But you know what I mean? If you have a Sprouts by you, go by there. They have the bulk containers, and I don't like getting like a big bag. I'll just get like a handful, not a handful, but a half scoop that basically amounts to a handful. You know what I mean? I'm not nasty. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate, but yeah, I'll get like a half scoop for like $1.50. But I love them, and they're good. And I always thought dark chocolate was bitter until I had these. These aren't bitter at all. I mean, and they're healthy, believe it or not. They're really, really hard. So yeah, man. And even if you don't have a Sprouts, if you have a Whole Foods or any other places that have the bulk candies or the bulk nuts, a lot of times they'll have bulk chocolate. So yeah, man, check them out. They're good, really good. I also got, in case you didn't know, I have a sweet tooth like a noodle. You know what I'm saying? So I also got some berry jelly bellies, and I wasn't even planning on it. I pretty much get the dark chocolate almonds all the time, but man, I put my drink all over. Okay, but yeah, I was planning on getting the dark chocolate almonds because that's kind of my thing. Like every Monday morning, I'll swing by. You know, maybe 2-3 times a week, I'll swing by, get some dark chocolate almonds, just kind of kick my day off. You know, I think that chocolate, whatever's in chocolate, that just kind of makes me happy, gets me going. You know what I mean? So yeah, but on the way over there, I smelled this berry, like overwhelming berry aroma. What the heck is that? And it said new flavor, and it showed these. They're not cheap. You know what I mean? I expected everything to be like $2 something, and it came to $4.50, I think, which ain't, you know, it's not a lot, but the dark chocolate almonds were like $1 and $1.25, something like that, and these were like $3 something. And I didn't even get that much. I got a half a scoop, so, but it's a slammer, man. Oh, like I said, here, let me show you. They're the berry flavored jelly bellies. So, yeah, man. Go ahead and check them out. What kind of candy do y'all like? Leave comments down below and let me know. I don't eat candy nearly as much as I used to. I think I was headed down a bad road. I know I was with sweets. But, you know, I eat dark chocolate almonds pretty regularly. And that's pretty much the only candy. Every now and again, I'll go on vegan gummy bear binges. I discovered those at Sprouts too. Like Sprouts is my joint. If y'all have a Sprouts wherever you live, check it out, man. I used to think Whole Foods was like the spot, but Whole Foods to me has gone down a lot since Amazon bought them. I mean, I'll still drop in there and get some stuff, but they don't carry a lot of the stuff that they used to, especially a lot of vegan stuff. Amazon has pulled off the shelves. And I get it. I mean, like Whole Foods was struggling before Amazon bought them. And that's the reason why Whole Foods sold to Amazon. And I guess inventory wise and stuff like that, they probably keep a closer eye on what's selling and what's not. And, you know, like I get it, I understand it from a business perspective, but it still sucks for people like me. Sprouts, they haven't done that. They've increased their vegan stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you go in there and they got vegan this and vegan that. No, in case I didn't, yeah, I am a vegan. We'll have to make a separate video on that. Talk about that. Because that's probably a thing too in the Loc community. You probably have a lot of people who are, you know, vegan and vegan minded and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll make another video on that. But yeah, getting back on topic, the number 3 thing that I think you should consider, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, is frizz. Like, frizz is real, man. Like, it really, really is. And if you're a guy, you can wear hats all the time. Like, you really can. And I actually think, like, the friction from the hat kind of helps the hair along. Putting it on, pulling it off, putting it on, pulling it off. It kind of, it's not the same as a crochet needle, I mean, but I think the friction of having, you know, your hair kind of constantly being pulled and pushed and pulled and pushed probably does have like a subsequent effect on, you know, your hair's ability to lock. So yeah, man. Well, like I say, the friction is real, dude. Like, straight up. And if you're not willing to embrace it, then Locs might not be for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch some videos, and not to throw shade, but I think some people would be better off getting braids, because you still get the same general look. You know what I'm saying? But with braids, there's not the commitment. You go for a month or whatever. Most people are ready to take their braids down anyway. And anymore, I don't think it's really a bad thing or like frowned upon or whatever for dudes to have like sew-in braids. I've heard it, that's a thing. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I've heard, you know, sort of, you know, through various sources that that's a thing. So yeah, man, some of y'all ain't really cut out for Locs, because like I say, Locs are a journey. Like, they really, really are. And if you're willing to embrace that journey, then it's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. But a part of embracing the journey is understanding that frizz is for real. I mean, it is what it is. And if you're accustomed to having really, really neat hair and really, really neat looking hair all the time, then it's going to be an adjustment for you, because your hair's not going to look neat all the time. And you can't do a retwist every day or every week. You shouldn't do a retwist every day or every week, because of the fact that your hair needs frizz in order to lock. It's just the nature of how locking works. If you want true Locs, I mean, some people, like I said, they don't really want Locs necessarily. They just kind of want the look. They want the long, thick strands of hair. And you can achieve that with braids. I mean, or you could just do like some, if you have long hair already, medium length to long hair, you could just do some 2-strand twists or 3-strand twists, and, you know, you can comb them out after a week or whatever if you don't want to keep them. But like I say, but if you're good with understanding that frizz is a part of the game, then you're gonna be good, because you're gonna already understand that, you know, coming in. I think that's one of the hardest parts for some people to get past, because most of us, you know what I'm saying, we're weird in situations whereby we're taught to look neat, like, and frizz, I'm not gonna say it looks bad, but it don't look neat. It doesn't. And then some people will say, well, what's your definition of neat? It just doesn't look, I'm not, like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it looks bad, because I have frizzy hair, and I like when it's frizzy better than I like when it's well defined. So I'm not saying that, but at the same time, you know, we live in a society where, you know, you interact with other people, especially on jobs. Like, I'm fortunate, I drive all the time for my job, so I'm not in an office, I'm not in a corporate setting. But if you are, the expectation is that you're gonna have a certain level of tidiness, I guess, for lack of a better term. Or I know TP Locs always says, what does he say? Palatable. Yeah, that's the word. He always says palatable, and I agree with him. I mean, and that doesn't mean that you yourself are ashamed or anything like that, but the way other people perceive you is based on their own individual expectations, or the corporate, sector's expectations and all that kind of. I know that they're starting to loosen some of that. A lot of states have cracked down on hair discrimination and stuff like that, but still, nonetheless, I think in your interactions with people, I think you're gonna find that unless you're dealing with a really, really open-minded person, most people are gonna be more comfortable when your hair has more of a neater appearance, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like I say, and that's not me saying that. So don't come for me, don't hate, because like I say, I'm not trying to say that Frizz looks unkempt or untidy or anything like that. But I understand how somebody else could look at it that way. So yeah, like I say, Frizz is a part of the game. As long as you understand that, and as long as you accept it, then you'll be fine. But yeah, man, those are the three things that I feel like are kind of crucial to your understanding when you make the decision to go into the Loc, to become a part of the Loc family. As long as you understand those three things, you'll be fine. So thank you all for checking out the video. If you're watching the video, before I go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And some of y'all are gonna be like, why would I hit the subscribe button? You want to hit the subscribe button because after you hit the subscribe button, you're going to hit the notification button. And what does the notification button do? The notification button sends you a message every time I drop a video. So if you like my videos, every time I drop one, you'll be notified. And you'll never have to be like, man, what happened to what's his name? What happened to Steph? You know what I mean? You'll already know. It'll be good for you. It'll be good for me. It'll be good for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Definitely like the video because that helped me out a lot. And at the end of the day, what do you have to lose? If you're watching the video anyway, it doesn't take that long to just, hit that like button. That's simple. And leave a comment down below. You know what I'm saying? We're getting used to this, developing more of a comfort level. So everything's gonna be cool. But yeah, thank y'all for checking out the video, man. And until next time, peace.